Hello, how's everybody doing? Thank you for joining me and Julie on another episode of Lost Like Mike. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening, sharing with your friends or not. Thank you for commenting, and thank you for all the messages at lostlikemike@gmail.com. I am your host, Mike Gonzalez, and joining me again is Julie Gonzalez. I didn't mention her last time. No, I don't feel bad.
I called him out for that.
It just happens every now and then. I didn't even have a fake microphone for her last time. This time I did. So
it's not real.
If you're watching on the YouTube, then you can see that. If not, then you can hear her just fine because she's on the microphone. The lighting's kind of weird because she doesn't want to have the room light on.
It was very bright.
Yeah, if you want to turn it on and off.
I can't reach it.
Oh, forget you then. All right, see there. We turn yellow on YouTube and then we go back to turning. Yeah, all right.
Much better.
I had a show planned, but plans change. So tomorrow isn't when I normally record it on Sundays, as we all know. I seem to talk about that way too much. But tomorrow, Julie and the baby want to go swimming. So I'm recording it on Saturday night. And so I said, well, if I'm going to record it on Saturday night, you're going to be on the show and sit there. And then I said, well, here's a list of topics we're going to talk about. And she said, nope, nope, nope. And went down the line and checked all of them. And so
now we're just winging it.
Yeah. Well, she's been saying that she wants to say that we're winging it this whole time. So I think that was her plan all along.
Attaboy.
Attaboy. Hey, that was the name of an episode. Did you know that?
Yes, that's the one that I was on.
Was it really?
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Because of the button that I was going to have that got my recognition.
Yes.
I never got that button. And I never got that attaboy, so.
I looked on Amazon.
You didn't.
I did. Father's Day's coming. I couldn't find one.
That's so stupid. You really did look for an attaboy
really
button.
Did.
You couldn't
As a joke.
Well, you couldn't just call me and say, hey, attaboy.
No, it'd be more funny if there was an actual button.
Funny is what you're going for. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You would actually
disregard the actual, recognition or the actual, good feelings that come along with recognizing somebody doing good things.
That's the joke.
I'm glad this is on tape. That's the joke. Gotta write that down. But I will admit something, and I did want to talk about this, but I didn't put it on the board. I think it's important to find yourself funny or to laugh at yourself or to laugh by yourself every now and then. And I was going to have a couple examples, and I guess I could go ahead and say them, and then, I don't know. Anyway, if you have Netflix, I think it was on Netflix, I saw an advertisement for, and maybe you could pull it up.
What was it?
It was an advertisement for Pompeii.
What?
The movie, just type in Pompeii. It was a movie, Pompeii, on Netflix. You don't have to put Netflix Pompeii, just put Pompeii. Movie.
Okay.
Anyway.
I don't know how to spell that.
Don't say that. Well, don't get creative. Just sound it out.
I was close.
Yeah, well, you have it. Okay, here, let me just do this. If I had two phones, this would be me. So anyway, long story short.
What are we looking at?
Movie poster. So, when I was looking at my queue on Netflix, and I pulled it up. I'm gonna have a picture of it. Well, I guess since I have this, and I didn't know that the guy from what's that Game of Thrones? Did you know that he was on that movie? You don't even know what this movie is, right?
No, never heard of it.
Well, anyway.
Or I don't know which guy from Game of Thrones.
No, let's see. Can you see this? I'm going to put it on there. Pompeii is spelled Pompeii. But when I looked at the Q, I saw it, and I said Pompeii 2.
You pulled a me.
Like, doesn't everybody die in the first one? Because it's anyway. That, ladies and gentlemen, is an example of, and then once I snapped to it, I thought it was funny, and then I made fun of myself because it's Pompeii with like.
That'd be more like Pompeii 2.
Pompeii 2. Well, Pompeii 2, and but in my defense, it doesn't have a picture of the volcano on the picture on Netflix, or at least I didn't see it. But obviously, Pompeii is the famous story of everybody that died in the volcano, so they wouldn't have a sequel. Apparently, I didn't think about it.
Very morbid.
It is. Well, it's a tragic story.
Is it an old movie, or is this like a newer
No, it's an old movie.
I've never even heard of this movie.
Well,
I guess we can watch it on Netflix, huh?
Nope, have no interest.
Or did you already watch it?
Why? I know I have this thing about I do not watch movies where I know that the ending's sad. I don't do it.
Just like I don't like to watch movies where animals die.
You would prefer to watch people die than animals. True?
Well, not that I'd prefer to watch people die, but if people die
if given the choice,
it's okay.
If given the choice between two, like I'm going to show you a movie right now.
Yeah.
And the people die in the movie.
Yeah.
Or if I said there's two hunters and one scene in the movie that's irrelevant to the plot of the story, they shoot a deer, you'd be like, I'd prefer not to watch that.
Yeah. Just like
you'd prefer to watch a movie about a serial killer. Matter of fact, you'd have books and TV shows about serial killers. Because you are one of the statistics of women that enjoy serial killers and their stories.
Sounds also morbid. But
you'd rather that than somebody if you knew somebody that worked at the pound and killed dogs every day, you'd be like, that's offensive.
So I don't want to watch that movie. That's horrible. I was trying to watch, like on TikTok shows, you can watch like a full show on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Right? So I see this little snippet from that movie.
This one with the dog?
Yeah.
You don't even know the title of the movie.
It's something about a race. The guy's like a race car driver.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
From Mean Girls, or not Mean Girls.
No,
from Mean Girls.
You're talking about the Something in the Rain, right? With the guy.
Yeah. And so in the snippet, the girl and her daughter, they leave.
I don't know. Can you get back to the search window?
Am I searching this?
No, I could do it. I'm pretty fast. Just.
Well, good grief.
So you said
tell a story here, and I can't do two things at one time.
Well, we get it. There's a dog that's gonna die.
Well, I don't know if the dog dies, but the fact is that the dog looked just like Willow, and the lady and the kid, they go to stay at the mom's house, and they leave the dog in the house for like 2 days, and it's the dog talking, and it's so sad, and I'm like, is the dog gonna be okay?
The dog's talking?
Yeah, it's like, what do you call it? Like, the dog's not actual talking. It's like narrating.
The dog is saying.
What
are you talking about?
And I keep going down the rabbit hole because I want to see, does somebody come back for the dog? And then I can see that, and then like the guy yells at the dog when he comes back home, and then I'm like, I just can't do this anymore. I have to get out of it. What is it called? What did you think it was called?
Just put movie about a dog.
No.
Here, I had the search. I had it ready in my mind. Just let me do it. I promise you I'll find it. I was really good at this. No, that was
like
racing dog.
The Art of Racing in the Rain.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And look at this face. It looks just like Willow.
Not everybody's watching this on YouTube.
Well, they need
Some people are just listening to it on wherever you can find podcasts.
And that looks just like our puppy.
Like Spotify or Apple Podcasts. God, you're offensive.
I just have to show them because look how cute she was snoring. But she looks the same, and I just kept watching.
Again, if you're just listening,
kept going down the rabbit hole.
If you're just listening, she just showed a picture of a golden retriever, and then a picture of my dog, which is a golden retriever, our dog, and they looked the same. But I think that they purposely do that. I think, like, okay, for example, I think Zuckerberg or whatever posts things on Facebook I mean, I'm not saying it's actually him. I'm just saying Facebook, for example, to make me feel bad about the way that I treat my dog. However,
Because Facebook
it's
is
justified.
listening to you.
But let me tell you,
Don't say it's justified.
the dog. No. The dog was sleeping next to my head, and my head happened to be next to the window. And since we had our windows installed, which we'll talk about, I guess, in a few minutes, we don't have any blinds on the windows, right? So we're living in this glass house where we have these big windows and just like a curtain. So my dog has this thing where she sleeps next to my face, and she pushes the window with her head, and she has her little face looking out, her ginormous cow head looking out the window.
She's listening to you while she's sleeping.
She's fine. She'll get over it. And then she's looking out the window, and then at 4 a.m, it was probably a squirrel or a rabbit.
Could have been a deer.
Could have been a deer, but it sure as hell wasn't somebody trying to.
You know what?
Is it sure?
She's fine.
All right.
One day at like 5 a.m. when we were getting ready for school, she was aggressively barking, and there was a suspicious man walking down the street. Okay. And it was around the time of break-in, so she very well could have been peeking.
Okay.
Harlow woke up and said it was probably the man that's setting off the Amber Alerts, and he was going to come kidnap her, and the dog saved her.
Well, the dog would have barked and barked until he broke into the house, and then would have put her paws up on his waist and licked his face. That's what the dog would have done. The dog is absolutely useless.
She deters.
She's
Because she aggressively barks.
Anyway,
and then they're like, I don't want to break
so
it.
she starts barking at 4 a.m. out this window, and I just, with a hand, just say, okay, that's it. Off the bed. Out of the room. I stood up. I kicked the dog out so fast. She went around to the living room, started barking out that window.
And then she fell back asleep.
But I wanted to feel bad about it, but I didn't feel bad because, it's not like rest isn't important for me, right? Or like, it might affect my health, right? And this seems to be important. But then the next day, I look at my Facebook, or like I look at my social media feed, and the first thing that pops up is a dog looking out a window, and it says something like, I won't be alive for your entire life, but you'll be around for my whole entire life, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, great. And then I was watching a TV show. I'm currently watching SWAT on Netflix because there's no commercials, and it seems like a nice show. And this girl character had a canine. Okay, I apologize. The camera was running out of battery, so I had to plug it in. And, Technical difficulties. But we're back, and I'll edit it, and I'll edit out whatever curse words I was saying.
You didn't say any curse words.
It was a joke. I didn't say any curse words. But anyway, so I don't know when it cut off. But I was talking about a show that I'm currently watching on Netflix called SWAT. And I'm enjoying the show, whatever. Don't judge me. So it's a good show. And there's a character on there who they did a flashback sequence, and she had a canine. She worked in the canine unit, and that'll also segue into something else that I'm going to talk about. But do you know how long we were filming before? No idea, huh?
Like 20 minutes.
You're a liar.
No, for real.
No, it's no more than 10 minutes. It's okay. So the dog. Okay. So it was a flashback sequence. So out of nowhere on the current episodes, or the episode that was on, they say, "Oh, your dog is dying." The dog that you used to run with back in your canine unit is dying, and so.
Why are you talking about this sad stuff in front of the dog?
Well, the dog is, first of all, what? Second, the dog is sleeping right now, so let's just go ahead and.
She can hear it in her subconscious, and you're talking about
dying.
Every
time you say that, though, and I was going to say the dog doesn't know what you're talking about, but every time you say the D word, her eyes flicker a little bit, like she's.
I told you, you
doing
have
like this,
code
like,
words.
I am not going to switch to code words to appease my dog. She's fine. Watch. You okay over there? See, she doesn't have no idea what I'm talking about.
She's so cute.
It's a sickness.
She's so cute.
Yeah, she's cute. Anyway, so the dog dies in the TV show, and she is one of the pallbearers, which I have to admit I thought was funny when I first saw it, but then it was not my fault. I didn't expect to see that. Okay, it's not my fault. See, she has a problem with me because when we're watching a TV show, I don't know how to interpret certain things that I'm seeing, and it's a sickness. But sometimes, like if somebody gets hurt or killed or falls down or gets in a car wreck, or if something bad happens to them, sometimes I start laughing, and I don't know why. And maybe some other folks, right? But it's something that bothers you.
Yeah. It's like you just can't help yourself because you don't know how to respond to it.
Like if somebody hits somebody real good in the face, and I start laughing, and then she's like, "That's not funny. He just got hit real hard in the face," and it's like, no, but he made a face when he was falling to the ground or whatever it was. And in this case, they start this funeral procession, and
Awake.
she's not awake.
Hear you.
And then they're carrying a casket for the dog, and I did not expect to see that. It's not even the worst part. I don't want you to.
Just don't even talk about it.
They put the dog into
No!
wait, stop. They put the dog into like. Here's the thing. I also have a problem with my expressing my emotions. So, like I said in my last episode, that a friend of mine passed away, and I knew that it was just sitting there. And because I started to sense it, I'm watching these TV shows, and then not even the main character or something. Somebody I was watching a cowboy movie, and somebody got killed. And I start getting like emotional, like I start being like I don't know what's happening. And I was watching on my lunch hour at work, and I was thinking I can't get emotional here at work. What's happening? I don't understand it, but I can't get emotional like in normal circumstances. Like I'm no good at funerals, or when I want to feel something, nothing comes, but it comes at all these weird times. And sorry to jump subjects, but I'm back. So they were putting the dog into this hearse, and then the girl character puts her hand on the hearse and says, "Good boy." and I'm sitting there at work on my lunch hour, and I just about lost it. I was like, "He's a good boy."
See?
He's a good boy.
Tell her she's a good girl.
Oh,
She's
she's
a
fine.
good dog. No, she's
No.
not fine. She's
Listen.
a good girl.
I cannot eat a meal.
That's your own fault.
I can't eat a snack without her breathing her hot air on my kneecap and resting her face. This morning, I was eating breakfast, and on one leg, she saturated my leg with dog drool. And then when I said, you know what, I'll just switch hands, I'll switch everything of mine to the other side, she proceeded to drip onto my leg.
But it's his own fault because he constantly is feeding the dog scraps, which you're not supposed to because she's on a diet.
Only healthy scraps.
No. But you can only blame yourself because she does not do that to me because I don't feed her the food. But speaking of random things with the dogs, is that, what's that guy's name? Is it Marshmallow? Is that how you say it? His super sad. Didn't he's the one that has that?
Yeah.
With the golden retriever?
Music
video?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I can't even watch that video and I won't even
I don't
let
even-
Rose eyeballs see it.
Yeah.
But they were playing that song at the pool yesterday. You can't see videos, you just hear the song.
Of course.
And I'm like, oh, because I know what's happening in the video.
Well, they get a new dog at the end of the video.
No,
Yeah, they do. At the end of the video.
no. It's the girl. She has to put the dog down when the dog gets older. And then she grows up and she has a daughter. And the grandpa, which was her dad gave her a dog. And when she got older, the dog passed away. Then as a grown-up, she had a daughter. And then the grandpa, her dad, gave her daughter a puppy.
But they get a new dog is the point.
It doesn't matter if they got
No,
a
but
new
you said
dog.
no like I was wrong.
Well, yeah, the girl didn't get
So they get a new
The
dog.
daughter got
It had a bow on it.
Yeah, it was a different.
So it was a happy ending.
No, because the dog died.
He lived a happy life.
That's still sad.
Yeah. I mean, this dog gets little pieces of banana. Nuts. I gave her a little piece of tortilla today. She's living her best life.
She's on a diet. Quit feeding her all those things.
Anyway, she lives a good life. She can't complain.
Okay.
She can't complain.
No.
She
She needs more walks, though.
Excuse me.
Look,
She's side-eyeing me right now.
She opened her eyes for that.
She heard the W word. That was irresponsible of you.
It's dark outside. She can't go for one right now.
Yeah, but if you said the word again, you're going to wake her up for good.
Okay, well, I'll take her for one tomorrow.
Wait.
While you mow the grass.
Okay.
Why did you look at them like that?
Look at what?
The people.
Again, not everybody's watching it on YouTube.
If they're not, then they need to be.
Oh, no, they don't. It's a podcast. They can listen to it on all the places where you
But
find
if they want to
podcasts,
see
like
the-
Spotify and
What is this?
Apple
Plugs?
Podcasts.
You put in commercial pod.
Well, you're the one that's like, I'm sponsored by YouTube,
Spotify.
which YouTube now offers podcasts. If you look on, if you look under your create section of your channel, you can create a YouTube podcast yourself.
Anyways, I'm just saying this might be one where maybe they want to watch because of the cute dog pictures.
Not everybody thinks that golden retrievers are cute.
What is wrong with them?
Some people think that they're dogs that shed a ton of hair.
You're hurting her feelings. Quit talking about these things in front of her.
You're what's the word?
Let's move on to the next subject.
Animal frising. What? I love it when it's
Animal frising? What is that? Quit it.
I have to look up the word. Stop it. I'm gonna look up the word.
Animal frising?
Yes, animal phrasing. Your animal phrasing. No,
Let's talk
give me
about
the
other things.
Oh, we will. Give me back what I'm doing.
Let's talk about this.
Oh, jeez. But let me look it up because.
No, we're moving on from the
But,
animals.
oh my God! If you do not let me look up this word, you hand blocking. You need to.
Excuse you.
What? Let me have the phone.
No.
You're not going to look up animal fries. That was not the word.
Not fries.
Give
Are
me
you
the thing.
hungry?
No, give me the. I swear. Like, I'm not a 5-year-old. You don't just flick my hand away. I'm asking very nicely.
That's what Harlow does to me when we're playing the game together and she doesn't want me to move. She goes like this. Animal fries. It's not even a word. Just making
Stop
up
it.
things now.
Stop it. What is it called? When it, oh, this is stupid.
Yeah. What is this?
Stop grabbing the dumb phone
I
away
want
from
to
me.
show them.
Okay, first I have to get the right word, and then we can show them the wrong word.
No.
I was trying to say, like, we'll find the right word,
Okay,
but
hold on.
again, you can't show it like this.
Yes,
I have to.
can.
I have to scan it. I'll put it in I'll edit it into the movie.
I
with
can
it.
show them this way. Good gracious.
Okay, if you're just
This
listening,
lady is,
if you're just listening on one of the,
this lady is
on-
turning into a rat.
first of all, that's a possum.
It's not possum. It is a rat.
Oh, I was looking at the second to last picture. Look, anamorphism, okay, is what is not the correct word, but it was the word that I typed into the phone.
'Cause you're just
And that's
making
when a
things-
character turns into an animal.
Yeah.
And it has these great illustrations where it's like a person turning into animals. And I never would have seen that in my whole entire life if I had not typed it in wrong.
What the world?
I'm just...
All right.
The world is crazy. No... No, it's gonna bug me because I said the
you're
word
making-
wrong, and then
Yeah, because you're making
everybody
words.
ends up thinks that I'm stupid, but I'm not stupid. It's just
Animal fries is not a thing. That's what you
it's not
said.
animal fries.
That's what you said. That's what you were Googling.
So anyway, but the and
Nope.
nope.
Look, quit trying to make fetch happen.
Stop it. Stop it.
You're
Stop
just-
grabbing from the phone. I'm just giving.
Because
What is it when
it's
you
my phone.
give human characteristics to animals?
Life.
No. Anthropomorphizing.
Yep, can't even pronounce that
No,
word.
I'm sorry, but I'll say it right. Anthropomorphizing. See, I knew what the word meant, and I knew it was in my head.
You said animal fries.
I said animal fries, but it's anthropomorphizing. I gotta get the woman. Stop grabbing at this phone, even though it's yours. I need to redeem myself. Let me put it. Anthropomorphizing. See, I know giant words that I don't even know how I know them, but it's attributing human qualities to non-human things, such as objects, animals,
Yeah,
or phenomena.
She's
Like
a fake human.
saying our dog can listen and get offended.
She can.
I-
She rolled her eyes at you earlier today. And you can't act like she doesn't know what you're saying, because sometimes when you tell her stuff, she goes, oh. She literally sighs like a person. Out of annoyance.
Okay, anthropomorphizing. I'm
Animal
so proud of
fries.
myself for knowing that. That's pretty good.
Pretty sure you just made that up.
I'm going to call the episode Animal Fries.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I didn't know my daughter didn't know what fish sticks were. Because there was a thing on YouTube today, and these little Peppa Pigs, these little animals, were dressed up
Peppa
as...
Pig is horrendous.
They were dressed up like
Horrible
different
show.
animals.
Uh-huh.
In this, it was like they were doing a under the sea party.
Okay.
And so, which they let a stranger into their house overnight to decorate their little
Yeah,
house.
I told you, Peppa Pig is a horrible show.
It's not a horrible show.
It
It's
is.
quite funny.
No.
It all started because my daughter said, "Daddy, did you know you sound like Papa Pig, Peppa's Papa,
Yeah.
the
Good
dad."
grief.
She wasn't animal friesing me. So,
Yeah. That you talk like Peppa Pig.
no, like Papa Pig, the dad pig on the Peppa
Sometimes
Pig
you
show.
also talk like Peppa Pig. No, you really talk like the AOL. What is it? The movie.
The
phone.
movie phone.
Yeah, do it for them.
I will eventually, but I have to remember when
Hello.
America. Hello, and welcome to Movie Phone. If you're wanting to watch,
Yeah,
press
but-
1.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
I can't get a job doing those voices. Though.
Okay, but so she said she didn't know what a fish stick was.
No. So these different animals, like this one was dressed up like a shark, but it was a shark that only ate like vegetables or something. I don't know. And then there was one, and it was like, "What are you supposed to be?" And whatever it was, whatever animal was like, "I'm a fish stick," or something like a fish fry or something. Anyway, and I started laughing because I was like, "It's a fish stick," and she's like, "What's a fish stick?" And I said, "Like a chicken nugget, but fish." And so then she got the joke.
Well, it's funny because what do you call those things?
Fish sticks.
No, the tortillas with the chicken inside.
A chicken taco. A flauta?
Yes, not a chicken taco. Good grief!
Wait, time out. Am I correct? A taco could be chicken inside a tortilla.
Yes, but you think I don't know what a chicken taco is called?
But you were saying I'm wrong, and I'm not wrong again. I was right. Twice.
Okay. All right, animal fry. So she used to call those fish sticks when she used to eat them all the time. But it was not a fish stick. It was a flauta.
Okay.
Just side note. I don't know.
Did she ever have fish sticks?
She has had a fish stick before.
Maybe that's why,
She was
like,
a
we
toddler.
served it in the same way on the oven
And I
tray
would
or
cut
something.
them in half. But I don't know.
She's still at that weird age where I don't know if she has that connection yet to like what she's eating is, you know.
Yeah, we don't need that connection. I mean, she's not really a big meat eater, but that just won't, you know. She really is not a meat eater at all. She's more like a vegetarian.
Oh
She
man,
does not really eat meat.
where were we going with all that before? We were saying something. You were segueing away from. You said, "Let's." Oh yeah.
Oh, about her swim test.
So I've never been good in the water. I'm not a swimmer per se. I can, if I had to, I could dog pedal until the cows come home and like.
You said you can't tread
Yeah.
water or do anything like that.
I cannot tread water.
You're not really like, I mean, you go to the beach with us, but you're not one that's like, hey, let's go to the pool or let's go to Schlitterbahn or do those things. Like
No.
me and Harlow are water people. You
I
are,
think I already-
you are a land.
I think I already told that story. Did I? I told it on this podcast. I must have. That one time I was at the beach with my son, and I've never been the type to take my shirt off, at the beach or at the pool. I think it came from growing up on the summers. We go to the natatorium, whatever.
The what? What's a natatorium?
Again, let's give me the search thing.
You don't shove it in my face like that.
If you're just listening, I was just doing that.
With the stars?
The what?
What? What is a natatorium? This is the episode of.
No, it's not fair. Oh,
No.
Wait, what is
Look,
it?
it says swimming.
I know.
What is that?
Because
This is the episode of new words. What is
It's-
a natatorium?
Yeah,
Let's see.
the word natatorium was
A Latin
place to go swimming. Look,
That's weird.
people a lot of times will say, "What dumb thing is coming out of your mouth?" And I'm always like, I don't know how I know it, but it's somewhere in my mind and it just comes out. And a lot of times people are like, they're like, that's not. You couldn't know that
It
because
says-
you're not a smart person.
It says a natatorium is a room that contains an indoor swimming pool.
hmm
Like Das Reck then.
Well,
right?
I grew up going to this natatorium with my cousins.
Learning new things every day.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I just always was very self-conscious, baby fat, and so on. And then I had the famous adult fat, and so I just wouldn't take off my shirt. And it's so
Adult
bad
fat.
to the point where, like, I went to the beach with my son, and it was a crowded beach day, and we're like, we're far, far away, so I didn't want to be like whatever about it, like far from home. So I'm like, I don't know anybody out here, but we decided we were gonna go into the waves first. So we went real deep into the water where the waves are kind of coming up, and then I'm like, I'm super brave, and I took my shirt off. Which under any other circumstances, if it was any other person, they would be like, this is not a big deal. I should have taken my shirt off over there at the beach. But
You just gotta quit caring.
I had to do it where I was way out there. And my son was younger than when we went down there, he was younger than he is now, obviously, but he was like, I don't know, 8 or 9, something like that. He was pretty young. And we're out there and these waves are really high or whatever. And he has like a boogie board and stuff, okay? So we were out there enjoying, and I had my shirt in my hand. But then,
Did you lose it?
no, are you seriously going to jump into this? Can you tell I'm building it up?
No.
Did you want to do the bump too? No, but look, so they had been talking all day about undertows, right? And how it could just suck you into the ocean, right? And to be careful about these undertows and whatever. So this big wave kind of went past us, right? And then it drew back real hard. And my son looked like he went sideways with the boogie board. And I'm like, naturally, well, I don't care about nothing. I threw everything I had in my hand before I knew it. I wasn't even thinking. I just went for him. I grabbed him and picked him up. And the boogie board was attached to him, whatever. And what are you doing? Oh, boy. I don't have licensing for Dory's.
Dora.
Dory.
She goes
Dory's
Spanish.
undertow song. You can't play that on my podcast
Why?
because I don't have license for it.
You have to just say,
What?
what do you say? I do not own the rights to this song. That's what you have to say on YouTube.
Just
Remember, honey, we have to stay away from the
can't believe she's doing this on my podcast. She's playing Dory's Undertow song.
Let's go. No. It's heck no. Okay, let's try it again. We see the undertow and we say...
There's the undertow. There's the undertow.
Stop with this.
There's the
Stop it.
undertow.
I get it. Turn it off.
Sorry, I just wanted to add that to your story.
I mean, it's not like I'm monetized anyway, right? We're not going to front like I'm getting paid for this. So I just don't want them to tell us to, give any problems.
yeah, it is Disney.
So, anyway, I get my son. I'm all triumphant. I'm happy. And we stand up, and it was like that part in the movie where everything sort of zooms into focus, and I realized that I don't have my shirt. My shirt got washed away into the ocean. I looked everywhere. I dove around. I could not find my shirt. And I looked back towards the beach, and it's a busy, populated beach. And I might as well have been an 8th grade girl because I was mortified and I didn't know what to do. I panicked.
Just roll in like Baywatch. Just roll out of the beach like Baywatch.
Flip my hair back
Yeah.
and just let everything kind of be there.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I walked up real like, my son felt so bad. I mean,
But see, then you put that on him that he should feel that way. That gets deep, Then you put that self-conscious.
like he has a
in
deep-seated,
him.
can't take his shirt off.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it's generational.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what happens.
But you know what frustrates me
That's
is
how you have to heal from your childhood.
there's two different things though, because I'll go to like the water parks and stuff. Like we go to water parks. What's that? Aqua?
Mornings.
No, I'm saying like we've been to other ones too. The one at SeaWorld, Aquatica.
Oh yeah, we went to Aquatica last summer. Yeah.
Look, I'm
There's
just
people
saying.
of all shapes and sizes at SeaWorld. Okay. And they don't have, a lot of them don't have shame, and so you shouldn't either.
When I tell you that they have no shame,
Yeah.
but I also think to myself, look at me judging them.
Yeah.
So I should wear a shirt
You
as
should.
punishment
You should not
because
judge
you know what I'm
them,
saying.
and you should not punish yourself. You should just.
Don't wrap the cords like that.
I am giving my hand something to do.
Okay. Well,
You should just.
anyway, the second
I
part
don't
of it
know
is
how to do
I
it.
should have confidence because, all different types of in shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
Seem to think that they could just rock,
Well, as they should.
bathing suits.
Let them be confident with themselves.
Like, okay, fine.
Be a nice person.
Okay, I remembered another one.
We
Remember,
were supposed to be talking about Harlow swim test.
we'll
and
get
you're
there.
going-
We'll get there.
talking
We'll get
about
there.
Being shirtless.
We were talking about making fun of ourselves and find. See, that's true when I say that. I'm equal opportunity. Making fun of her
No.
person
Uh-uh.
because I have no problem casting disparagons against myself
Yeah, you can do that against yourself, but not against others.
or being silly and thinking something's funny with myself as the butt of the joke. I don't mind doing
That's
that.
fine, but
I don't think that it's something that you should
not
do.
be the butt of your joke.
No, I don't think that you should make jokes at your expense all the time. I think that's
You
kind of
shouldn't
lame.
make jokes at other people's expense.
I'm not. I really don't.
But you took
You're supposed to be like the one person that I can make jokes with and be like that's funny. And then we say, but we would never say that because obviously that's not nice.
Okay, well, it's not nice to say that on your podcast.
I didn't. I was talking
You
about
didn't.
Shamu.
No,
I said they've got tons of beached whales.
now
you know, they go
delete
for
out
the
the
thing.
whole section. Yeah,
No, I said just let it go. It's
No.
not that big of a deal.
it is a big deal.
I was just
And
kidding.
you will
Look,
lose.
I battle weight, losing weight all the time. I'm 300 pounds. Matter of fact, I'm
300
not.
pounds.
No, I'm not.
I
Let
told
me tell
her-
you why I said 300 pounds.
I told Harlow
Because you said when I was standing in there and I was trying to lay down, you were trying to pick me up so that I would get up. You said, "Get off! You're 300 pounds." And my daughter says, "Dad, you're 300 pounds." And what did you say?
I said no.
I said I might as
And
well
then
be.
when
Mama
she
said
was
I am.
Trying to guess, she said, "Is he 125?"
It's just no.
And I said no.
That's just she's never gonna have a job at a carnival picking people's weights. That doesn't say anything about my weight.
She took it as a compliment.
But the bottom line is, you make fun of me all the time.
I do not.
That was the universe saying you do. Is it running out of juice? We're in a room separated from everything to record. We're in my
Who's
office.
running out of juice? Me.
Not too bad. We're just getting started. So, anyway, my
We're
daughter's
talking
been
about
taking
this
swim
last-
classes. No, I've got tons of stuff.
No, because
Talking
the
about-
thing is gonna die.
Stop it.
Unless you got something, I'll plug it in.
Let's just keep talking because I can't be stopping talking.
Yeah. Well.
What kind of? Where's the cord for it?
Over in the kitchen. She's been taking swim lessons and she's been doing really, really good. Like she'll swim the whole length of the pool.
And I thought it was important that she takes swim lessons above other things because she really loves the water and wants to get in the water all the time.
And
But
she
I'm
was-
super hyper paranoid and like I can't even stand it.
She was confident with swimming underwater, but she couldn't really swim over water. And she kind of started she did start taking swim lessons last summer. And before
so thirsty.
before school got out, she was already swimming across the pool. Like she can do what do you call it? Where you swim on your back?
A backstroke.
Yeah. Like she does a backstroke and a forward swim. I mean like the way that you're really supposed to swim. I'm like, I can swim, but I don't swim the right way. You know, like she swims with her face in the water. She puts her head out to the side. She breathes. And she'll swim from the shallow end to the 5 foot. She'll tread water. She'll jump in and swim.
If you're just listening,
And-
then I'm also shaking my head no right now because it terrifies me that my daughter does things that
But it should make
Put
you
yourself-
happy that, you know.
that she could swim a bit.
That she's a good swimmer.
Yeah.
She's, you know, and she's just getting stronger. But the pool by her house, like, they have a little section that's, I don't know, like 3 feet and like, I think it's all about 3 feet, maybe pushing 4 feet. And you can swim in that, if you want to swim in that section, you have to have, well, anybody can swim in that section. You have to have a red band. And if you have a red band, your parents are supposed to be like in the water with you. And then they have another section that's like,
This is
Forward.
running to small children. Like they have to have a parent or adult supervision.
or even if they're Harlow's age and they have a red band, they have to have a parent in the water with them.
Well, that's small children. She's 8.
Right.
I mean,
Or they could be 12, but they have to have a parent with them if they have a red band. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
it has nothing to do with height.
No. So if you want to go into this other roped off section that's 4 and 5 foot, you have to have a yellow band unless you're in that with your red band with your parents.
We need to
sitting
sum
right
it up
next
because
to
I
you.
don't think people are really interested in having a detailed description of what's going on this swimming
That
pool.
is rude.
No,
They wanted a
that's
detailed
not.
description
No,
of your shirtless. Anyways, so
no.
she's been.
I'm just saying.
Well, let me just finish my
All right,
story
fine.
real quick. Okay, good grief.
I'm
From
just
the,
saying
from
that
the
she-
king of stretching out stories. Anyways, so she decided she was going to take a swim test yesterday.
Touche.
And where they have them take the swim test is 8 to 12 foot water. And
yes,
she
I
has
would
to
never go in
swim
that water.
half the length of the pool and then float on her stomach and her back to get the band where she can go unassisted in the 4 to 5 foot section and go down the water slide. I felt like there's no reason for her to swim the whole length of the pool, although she could have, to go in the 8 and 12 foot section, because I don't want her in the 8 to 12 foot section because I can't even stand in the 8 to 12 foot section. What are we going to do over there? So anyways, so she takes the swim test yesterday like a pro. And she was just really proud of herself because, I mean, she did good. And there was
I mean,
other kids.
that's the big deal part of it.
Yeah.
This
She
this
swam.
short little 8-year-old girl did the adult, like the test where she had to go in 8 foot water.
No, well, she started in 8 foot, and by the middle of the pool, she was swimming in 12 foot water.
But did she really grasp the fact?
Yeah,
that
because she said because you know she's swimming with her face down on the water. She says she can see how deep it is, and I explained to her that's 2 dads standing on top of each other. Like that's how deep that water is, and I mean swimming that half length of pool, she only came up for air 1 time. And she swam it like she was on a swim team. Because there was kids taking that test before her that looked like they were fish out of water, flapping around their arms, getting to the other end of the pool. And she was over there like, choo, choo, choo. But I'll show a picture of people that can see the picture. But anyway, she was we had to send this to our swim coach. She was super proud with her yellow band. And so tomorrow when we take Dad to the pool, she's going to show Dad her coming down the water
If
slide.
you're just listening to the podcast and not watching it on YouTube, she showed a photograph of my daughter with her yellow band that she got at the swimming pool for passing that test, which is pretty dope. Because like I'm not a good swimmer, and
now she gets to go down this water slide.
okay, nobody wants to see the water.
They
slide.
do want to see the water slide. Look how fun that is.
And let me tell you something. I would never encourage anybody to go on a water slide or get on rides or do any of that dumb stuff. I'm like, that's what makes me the worst.
Yeah.
It's just why. It's just
That's why
I'm
I'm the
scared
fun
of all
parent.
that stuff.
And that's it.
Let me tell you a story real quick. At my job, there's 14 floors. I used to have and everybody knows that I have an irrational fear of elevators. But in order to get comfortable with this job, I go on the elevator all the time. The other day, right after I got off the elevator, they have one service elevator that it sometimes changes when that's where they load all the equipment in that need to go on these floors for building into stuff or whatever. So I just came down the elevator and I was covering a shift over here, and this man comes in because he needs to go take care of some government business, whatever. It doesn't matter, but he comes in and says, I need to go on another, and he said, what floor do I got to go to? And I said, this is the floor you got to go to. He comes back, he said, hey, just to let you know, I was coming down the elevator, and when I was around, he said I was on number 2, the elevator stopped, everything went black, I had to push a button to get to the bottom.
Now you only take the stairs again.
No, but he goes, I don't know what the problem is, but I just wanted to let you know. And I said, which elevator were you in, so I could let our maintenance man know. And he says, the service one that I had just come down. Okay.
You'd have been having a full-blown panic attack.
Well, just to let you know, they have this this ability to shut the elevator off for other people and make it exclusively opened just for our maintenance team to go up and down, because that's the service elevator.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently they were in the process of switching it over from being used for the public or used for them to use it just for them. And that's because I went to the maintenance guy and I was like, listen, they said the elevator's not working. It stopped working, and told him the whole story. And then the guy that was with him said, oh, it's because we're switching it over to being whatever. Okay. And I said, oh, good, because I have an irrational fear of elevators and I'm like a functioning person that just can barely get on the elevators. As I'm saying that, the first guy, the maintenance man, says, well, because elevators are no joke. You'll get killed in an elevator. And I'm like, shut up, dude. And he's like, one time I dropped 5 floors and an elevator nearly died. They had to prop open the doors, and they had to put jaws of life to keep it open so they could squeeze us out of there one at a time. And I was like, you son of a bitch. I have to go on the elevator every day. Do you realize? I said, do you know who you're talking? I just said I have a fear of elevators. And this guy would not shut up. He gave like 3-4 stories. And I was like,
He's building you up.
I said, one time I got stuck on the elevator too. And then this other guy, and then I said, I go downtown 3 times a week and I won't get on them elevators. And then the other guy goes, well, the downtown elevators are the worst. All those elevators downtown are all old. They're all historic elevators.
You don't
One
get
time
on
I
them
got,
anyways.
huh?
You don't get on the elevators.
No, but it just solidified my beliefs.
Yeah.
Because my boy got on the elevator, my guitar player Vince, and he got stuck on there for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'll go up and down. Today I was on the 7th floor.
Just don't go on the service elevator.
Everybody on the podcast has listened to my stories about elevators.
Yeah.
About the bad person I saw, the homeless person. Remember that story?
Yeah.
Or the 2 guys that were chasing me into the elevator.
Yeah.
Me in the elevator? No, on the staircase. See, you don't know what I was saying. The
I
2
know
guys
what
that
you're
chased me
talking
into the staircase,
I
and the
know.
homeless person that chased me into the staircase.
Yeah. Well, that said at the bottom and made noises. But
Yeah.
I want to add to the story.
Which one? About the...
No, because I don't want your listeners to sound like, because I said, oh, that's why I'm the fun parent, because you are the fun parent. You're just not the take her to do things that stress you out parent.
I'm like the helicopter parent.
Well, I am also a helicopter parent, but in a different way. Like when we go to Morgan's, you don't want to go on the, what is it that you don't like?
Okay, see, now you're just okay. All right.
No, what is the thing called?
It's it's
Because like I always get it mixed up, a carousel or a Ferris wheel.
a Ferris wheel.
Right. So I'm just saying.
I don't like
you
the Ferris
said-
wheel. Look,
you
I don't
said
know
you'll
why.
play pretend and do all the other fun things, but if it's like the, you know, like
I don't-
tomorrow, you're just gonna be like stressing at the pool.
It's not gonna be fun for me.
I know,
I'm not even gonna enjoy it. I don't even want to go.
but we want to show you her go down the slide.
But I don't even.
And she made the comment the other day. She at the pool. She said, "I'm sad. I miss Dad. I see all these other dads here
Yeah,
because you were at work that day."
this is how they guilt trip me into doing
It's
these
not a
things.
guilt trip. She just wants her dad,
Well,
and we gotta wrap it up.
no, I'm talking.
Well,
The bottom, when it comes down to it,
because
like
I'm not gonna know.
I get it. What you know, if you want to excuse yourself and go get the cord from right there, it's fine.
Then I have to get up. I can't.
We ended.
roll
You're gonna
out
have to
of
get
the
up
frame.
anyway.
But you'll have hit end. I can't. What am I supposed to do? Stop, drop, and roll out of the frame?
Let's try.
Let's not.
Well, I'm in the middle of a whole bunch of things. All right, so
Oh, good grief.
the other time I was talking about laughing at yourself, making fun or whatever, and I wanted to share a story about that.
I can't.
If the video is going to look a little bit all over the place because we had to sacrifice one of our lights for
Charger.
for our baby monitor because we're both in my office while the baby is asleep, and which will make sure she's okay. Anyway, so I was talking about making fun of yourself and the positivity about like when's the last time that you've allowed yourself to laugh out loud at something that you do or something that you do. So what are you doing? I mean, you're literally sitting on a show with me and you're checking your phone. It's the most disrespectful thing in the world. If you're just listening,
I'm tired. I'm trying to stay awake.
That's the worst.
I'm not saying that you're boring me.
I know. It's like the listeners are like, if you're still hanging on by this point, she's already tapped out. Thank you for sticking around.
I almost spit my drink out.
Oh. Well, what I was going to say was the other day I was in the shower and I have a loofah, all right? And the debate's out whether or not loofahs are cool, whatever, or like
Google it.
if you shouldn't use
It
loofahs.
talks about them being so full of dead skin and mold and all these things.
Well, you have to figure out what you're going to use. You're not going to barehand it
Yeah.
because you won't give me the bar soap.
I'll order you some right now on Amazon.
No, you just want an excuse to get back on your
You
phone.
can-
Put your
You
phone
can
down.
barehand it with some body wash
No.
because that's how normal people wash
No,
their
you put the
bodies.
body wash.
Take
It's
a pull.
concentrated. You put
Add pull.
one squirt of like body wash. I'm gonna get back to the
Do you
subject.
have a poll? Like, can you add a poll to your podcast? I want to see how other people wash their bodies. Just do it.
No, listen. I appreciate it. If you want to say something in the comments about whether or not you think
Please.
loofahs are bad or good, it doesn't matter. It's not the point of the story.
What's the point of this story? The size of your loofah?
There's nothing wrong with the size
No,
of my loofah.
Like one day we get in the bathtub and Harlow's like, "What is wrong with that thing?" And no joke, the loofah had expanded to be like a just a mesh ball about this big. Because
Well, look, okay,
you must
again.
aggressively use the loofah, and so we had to go buy him a new loofah, and it took up the whole bathroom trash can because it just comes unraveled. They don't last that long. You know, but they're just
My
full of
loofahs live hard, okay?
disgustingness.
I push my loofah to the
Yeah,
to
that's
its,
why I said you
to
aggressively
its
bake.
No, I need the Dove Sensitive Skin bar soap.
Do they make that?
Well, we just got sponsored by them, so just stop it. You're not shopping right now. While I'm finishing this show, can you just please
I can
wait?
multitask.
Listen, so I'm in the shower and I'm loofahing up, right? I'm lathering up, and we have one of those things where it's a shower curtain on the outside with
That's
like
what
a
most
checker
showers are.
print. I'm just painting a freaking picture.
Okay.
Some people have like a screen that just goes across their shower. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
The ones
Say
that
it,
are
don't
like.
spray it.
Have you seen those?
Yes.
Okay, we don't. We have one that's a shower
you just
curtain
say a
on the
shower
outside, and then there's a plastic shower curtain on the inside.
That's a shower liner.
Well, sometimes the shower liner, I don't know, because the vent or whatever blows it. You know, it's what people sometimes used to say is like a ghost or whatever. Like the shower liner, you know, comes in at you and attacks you from,
you got
whatever.
scared.
No, it didn't scare me. But what I was gonna say was, I was loofing up and I was whatever, and then I turned around, and it was two butt cheek. They looked like two circles on the shower liner. That looked like my butt had hit the thing, and I just stood there laughing, looking at this shower curtain, this shower liner. It was the funniest thing that I'd seen all week.
I can't see anymore.
But it felt good to laugh out loud.
At your butt cheeks.
And no, well, I mean, I don't know how it made this.
Probably the
It's
humidity
perfect.
or something.
No, it's because the shower liner. I mean, I don't know how it happened, but it looked like a butt on the shower liner.
Yeah.
I made my daughter laugh, and she has a great laugh. She's at that age where she's laughing as hard as she can, and she won't stop laughing, and it's the best thing ever. Makes me so happy. And then I told my son a joke, and he laughed, and
What did she laugh at?
he
this
was
morning?
mad. He was mad because I tell funny jokes. I don't know. I think hers was like a dad joke, you know. But yeah. Anyway, it's important to have laughs in your life and to find things that make you laugh, or laugh at yourself every now and then. You know, we were doing a dance off this morning, and there's nothing wrong with saying what we were doing that. My daughter was the judge, and then she would come up and dance and whatever. But part of it was I was laughing so much that I was getting a tension headache from the laughter. But it was foreign to me because I hadn't laughed in a while.
Yes, you laughed. You can't say you haven't laughed in a while.
I'm not saying like that.
Yeah.
That was a good, funny time. That was, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, my daughter wouldn't let me play that song and dance to it.
She wanted us to dance to a Descendants song.
From Disney.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do that. Everybody dance now.
At the end, she just chased you.
Yeah.
And we put you and your song in the bathroom to take a shower.
Well, but it was very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
My dance was everything that the world didn't know it needed.
No. Maybe we could do it again and film it, and then you could put it on the podcast.
All right, everybody. I want you to enjoy your day. Take care of yourself, and we will see you on the flip side.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Julie, for joining me on this show.
You're welcome.
At least some of it's usable. And but anyway,
This is why you shall never see me again.
no, this is it's entertaining. So, thank you all for hanging out, and please share, subscribe, and comment, and message me.
And
at
let us know
Lost
how
Light.
you wash your body, because I want that poll. If they use the loofah or not.
No, just whether or not loofahs are good or bad. I don't want to get into how they wash themselves.
Fine.
But, you know, just to let you know, not a lot of people are going to comment because it's just the way it is.
Fine.
But, all right. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye.